Hello, Virgo. So let's see if you guys can see those. I have also prayed over and shuffled my Lenormands in case we do need any clarifiers along the way. So this one. Oh, okay. Sometimes they like me to look at the bottom of the deck. That's going to come and play that one. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have 3 different situations. And the first card will be the situation. Second card will be additional clarifiers. For one, it's going to be something that you're unaware of. And then the third card is going to be some recommendations, things that they're recommending be done. So situation number 1. The first card that we have is Harmony. And hopefully you guys can see this. It's interesting because all 3 situations, these are major arcana. So these are talking about big, huge life changes. Now in the traditional tarot, this actually would be the Lovers card. So this is talking about, for some of you, you do have this divine love, deep spiritual connection, union, partnership, marriage with someone that's either about to take place or is currently manifesting for the very immediate future. And for some of you, you already have that person, but it's a matter of making that decision and proceeding forward, they're saying. Now there's been a lot of heart healing. Like if you look here, you can see where it's illuminated with green. So for some of you, you know, you've had to heal your heart. For some of you, you've had to end relationships with other people and had to heal that. For some of you, they're saying for a small number of you still have to end relationships, but most of you have had to end a relationship. It has been ended for you. For some of you, there were relationships that ended a while ago, but you had to heal your heart in order to prepare yourself for this divine relationship that is coming in for you. For many of you, most of you in the situation, this heart healing, it's been difficult. For some, it's been difficult to let people go, but for most, they're saying nearly all of you in this, you know, it's been a difficult time of growth and healing, to heal your heart, to prepare for this relationship that is coming in. But they're saying this is also talking about it's time for you to make a decision, because the next card that we have is adjacent possibilities. And if you can hopefully see that without any glare. This card it is talking about, you know, multiple options. It often talks about, you know, things that have not been considered. Like sometimes we will stay stuck in a situation. So what they're saying for some of you, you are actually still holding on to someone that's not the person that's meant for you. They're saying some of you have met the person who's meant for you, but out of fear, worry, you're not considering that person as an option and moving forward, which is interesting because this card is number 24, which boils down to 6. And this card is number 6, Harmony. 6 is a number that talks about not worrying. If you look up angel numbers, angel meanings for numbers, 6 talks about don't worry. Sometimes it talks about not to worry financially. But they're saying a number of you, you have this new love interest, this new divine love that's coming. For some, it's soulmates. For some of it's a divine connection. For some of you, it's a twin flame connection, which is like the Lovers, but you have this person and fearful. They're saying for some of you, you're fearful of taking that step of moving forward. They're saying some of you are stuck in a situation out of habit, not even considering the more positive, healthier, happier, meant to be better fitting options that are available for you. And they're saying that it's time to look and evaluate those options, because they're trying to get you to take a different course, a different path. They're trying to lead you to the person that you were meant to be with. But it's gonna take you actually sitting down, looking at those options, looking at the possibilities. For some, there's also gonna have to be some like changes in like behavior or thought patterns that's going to have to occur. So for some of you, maybe you've been in a relationship with someone that's just really beat you down, or they've cheated on you, or they've used you, they've made you feel unworthy of love. That keeps reoccurring in the back of your mind that, oh my gosh, no, I can't have love this good because, oh, I'm not worthy of that, or I really messed up my last marriage or my last relationship. You are worthy of that. They've brought that to you. They're saying like you need to realize that you're at the light at the end of the tunnel. You are almost there. It's just time for you to take a look at these things, look at the options that you have, look at the choices that you have. That will make you feel empowered, encouraged. Look at all the signs that they've been giving you because for those of you that are in this situation that have met the person that they're trying to guide you toward, you've been receiving a lot of signs for that because they've been trying to ease your worry and your concerns and your fear. So if you look at those signs, look at the encouragement, even ask the angels for more signs and some more guidance. They'll give that to you. That's going to empower you. It's going to motivate you. It's going to encourage you. It's going to reaffirm that you are on the correct path. so that you can make that decision, because now is the time for you to make that decision. Because that's the decision that's going to lead you to this happiness you desire. It's going to help these dreams, these things that you've been praying for, asking for, visualizing. It's going to bring those to fruition. But you have to make a decision to have some forward movement. And for some, it really is something that you've not considered because of things that have occurred in the past. And some of the stuff that's been in the past, this card that you have next is laughter. Let's see if I can kind of zoom that in, maybe. Okay, at the bottom it says, so at the top it says laughter, and at the bottom it says uplift yourself and those around you through loving laughter. So for those of you in this situation, you're about to end a relationship, you have ended a relationship, it's been a difficult and trying time. Some of you have this new potential love interest that is a divine love that you are aware of. For some of you, you really actually do want to move forward with this person, but you have this fear getting in your way. And you've had such a challenging time healing your heart and getting to this place that you're just kind of down in the dumps, kind of been through some hard knocks. And you're doubting yourself, and you're worried it's not going to work out, and you're worried that you're not worthy, you won't be accepted, and it's really dragged you down. So they're encouraging you to do some things that just will make you laugh. It doesn't even have to be related to that person, that love interest. Just do something that makes you laugh. Sing to a song. I like to, when I'm having a stressful day, I will dance with my dogs. My dogs, I have these tiny little 3-pound dogs that they love to dance with me. If I've come home and I've had a stressful day, I will turn up the radio and I will pick up my dog and I'll be like, would you like to dance? And I will pick them up and I'll ask them to give me their hand. Now, their arm and leg and paw is the size of my pinky. But they'll raise their entire leg so they can wrap their little paw around my finger and we'll dance. And it makes me laugh. And they love it. They actually smile. It's entertaining. It entertains my friends. They come over and they laugh at it too. But it immediately lifts my spirit. It immediately makes me laugh. It gets me out of the stressful day that I've had. Or, if I've got something going on that's just not lighthearted, not happy, maybe something that's really heavy that I'm dealing with, it immediately shifts everything. So it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. Sing to a song, do a goofy dance with your dogs, go out, spend time with friends, go have some drinks, go enjoy some laughter, some conversation with them. Do something that is going to make you laugh, because what it will do is it's going to shift your perspective. Because when we laugh, we naturally have chemicals and things that are released, serotonin and all these different things that are released in our body that bring us joy, that lift our spirits. It relaxes us. It clears our mind, which helps us be able to evaluate other options. It also helps us open our heart. Because many of you in this situation, you have this divine love that they're guiding you to, but you're so afraid of opening your heart because you're so afraid it's going to be a train wreck like it was with the last woman or the last guy that you were with. It won't be. But you're having a hard time having that clarity. So if you do something that will make you laugh, it's going to clear your mind. It's going to relax you. It's actually going to get you to open up and look at those possibilities. It's going to get you to make that decision. For some of you, it's going to help you give yourself permission to move forward with that person they're guiding you toward. It's going to allow you to give yourself permission to trust, have faith in this gift you've been given, to trust and have faith in the signs that you're being given, so that you can move forward to where you're meant to be, where things will be sunny and rosy. And you'll be out of this darker, heavier place for good. Okay. Situation 2. We have another major arcana. It is 8. It is power. Traditional tarot, this would be the strength card. So, this is a card that talks about, if you look, it's like half man, half lion. Notice the lion's eye is green because, again, some of you have had to do a lot of healing, they're saying. But this card, it talks about stepping into your power, having strength, having courage, having the willpower in order to move forward. Because some of you have been dealing with a situation that has been very difficult, challenging, adverse. It's been a struggle. It's been a real struggle. Most of you, it's been with someone. Most of you, it's been a love interest. Could be an ex, could be an ex-spouse, could be someone you're trying to make an ex. They're saying for a number of you, it's somebody that you are trying to make an ex, that you're trying to break free from. For a very small number, this may be a business partner or a father figure, someone that has financial control over you. Because they're saying that for most of you in this situation, there's this person that has been keeping you from stepping into your power. And power isn't just, physical strength. It's also emotional strength, mental strength, spiritual strength, having the courage. So say someone's not treating us right. Say someone is, trying to control our finances, or someone's beating us down, telling us that, we're never going to make anything of ourselves. We'll never be anything without them. They do that to control us, to keep us stuck. They do that to keep us from moving on. And when we find ourselves in situations like that, if we look at, so say we have a love partner, and, say that this person keeps beating us down, telling us that, we're a horrible girlfriend, a horrible husband, we're never going to amount to anything, we're worthless, we're useless. When we finally step into our strength and our power and we free ourselves of that, we realize how wrong that was. And we realize that the reason they did that is because they couldn't do it without us. So we're actually everything that they say we aren't. But when we're in that situation, it's so hard to free ourselves. It's so hard to remember that we're amazing. It's so difficult to step back into our power and say, no, I'm not putting up with this anymore because I deserve better. It's too difficult oftentimes for us to step up and put those boundaries in place. That, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm not going to tolerate the control anymore, the physical abuse. For some, they're saying it's verbal abuse. So someone's verbally tearing you down just to keep you stuck. For some of you, they're doing it so that they can continue. They're saying for a number of you so that they can continue to have financial gain from you. They're saying for a number of you, it's simply because if you boil it down, look at it, it's because this person has been verbally abusive, controlling of you for financial reasons. It's for their financial gain. So they may have made you believe these things that are not true about you. For some of you, made to believe that you're this horrible lover or partner. They're saying for some of you, made to believe that you won't amount to anything without them. But it's all lies because they're fearful that they won't be without you. But for everyone in this situation, you have someone that's controlling you, that is keeping you stuck, that is keeping you from moving forward to happiness, that's keeping you from moving forward in life. And they're saying for most of you in all areas of life, not just love, but all areas of life. They're totally keeping you stuck. It's a huge obstacle. And for some of you, you're even, you've been looking at it for a while and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to free myself from her or him, but I don't know how. How do I do this? You're looking back at it like, oh my gosh, I've made this mistake again. How am I going to free myself from them? So, okay, I get this lesson. I get it. But what do I do from here? And sometimes not to look at it as though it's a mistake, because oftentimes we will beat ourselves up because we're like, oh my gosh, how did I let them suck me in again? How did I allow them to play me like this again? It's simply because it was to be a lesson. It's not something to beat yourself up over, because, mistakes they're wake-up calls for us. They help us learn, they help us grow, they help us evolve. So look at it as though, okay, this was an opportunity for me to better myself. This was an opportunity for me to learn my power, learn my strength again. Remember how amazing I am. Remember that I am fierce. I am fierce. And no one will stop that. No matter how mean and degrading they can be. Because they're saying for some of you, this person that's controlled you, they look real good on paper. For some of you, they look real good in person too. But deep down at the core, they are not. And they are not out for your best interest. And it is time for you to free yourself of that, which is why the next card that you have is walking away. And they're saying most of you in this situation, you already know it's time to walk away. It's just you need to have the courage to do it. You need to have the courage to do it. It's time. This card, you can see her in here, the figure, she's walking away. She's closing the gate for good behind her, because they're saying for some of you, you keep bouncing back to this person. For some of you, you have for months. For some of you, they're saying you've done this for years. Every time you end up getting hurt because they've been trying to get you away from this person for years. It is time to walk through that gate, close it, lock the gate, and move on to something brighter. And if you look, you have these butterflies, you have this firefly, it's illuminated on the other side. They're trying to get you to let go. They're trying to get you to move on. They're trying to get you to move forward. This existing situation, it's not good for you. This person is not good for you. But you have to make that decision. You have to make that decision to step away. And it's not a surprise. They're saying for those of you in this situation, it's not a surprise. It's something that you have been guided, that you've had a feeling, that you've had the intuitive knowing. We all have intuition. Some of us it's a little stronger than others, but we all have it. Listen to that intuitive knowing, because they're saying all of you in this situation have known for a while that you need to free yourself. It's just fear, worries, concerns, this stuff that this person has been feeding you, the doubts that they've been feeding you to keep you stuck, has kept you stuck. But it's time to be unstuck. It's time to make that decision. Now this card says time to decide, and at the bottom it says make a decision now so you can move forward. And I find it that it's wisteria, the flowers, but purple, Saint Germain. is the keeper of the violet flame. So for those of you that aren't so spiritual woo-woo and may not know about that, so when we are going through healing, maybe we're trying to heal our hearts. You know, anytime we're going through healing, I always recommend to ask Archangel Raphael to help you, because he is the angel that helps with healing. Now, when you're trying to transmute something, so maybe you started to believe what that person told you. Maybe they beat you down. They said, you know what, you're a horrible husband. You're a horrible girlfriend, and you started to believe them, which is why you kept bouncing back to them and staying stuck in it. Part of the healing your heart to prepare yourself to move forward is transmuting that belief that you've started to believe that false information they were giving you. So if you call on Saint Germain, and if you get confused with the names, don't worry about it. Just pray, God, Jesus, angels, I need you to please help heal me. Heal my heart. Heal these beliefs, these false beliefs that I have about myself. Help me transmute those beliefs from thinking that I am less than to knowing that I am worthy of everything I desire, to knowing that I am amazing, I am courageous, I can do this, I do deserve these things. And help me have the courage to make that decision so I can move forward, because they are guiding you to make a decision now. They're guiding you to get yourself unstuck. So maybe, through fear, because of fear, maybe you kept going back to this person because it was comfortable for you, better than the unknown. It's what you've always known. Or maybe it's because you were deceived. They're saying for some of you there was deception at play here. But whatever the reason that, you kept going back, it's time to free yourself of that. Because not making a decision, you're putting off the inevitable, and you're keeping yourself stuck in a dark place. And they're saying for some, you're causing delays and things that they're trying to guide you into experiencing. And for some, everything turns out as it's going to turn out, but there are some opportunities that you may entirely miss out on if you don't make a decision soon. So maybe for some of you, maybe you've got to let go of this love interest that's been hurting you. Maybe they have a divine love lined up for you. But maybe if you don't make the decision soon, the clock is ticking. It's time for you to make that decision to move forward with the person you're meant to be with before you lose out on that person. But it's time. It's time to stop the procrastination. They're saying it's time to evolve. It's time to take those steps because you have bliss awaiting you. And it's funny because situation 3 is new beginnings, which in the traditional tarot deck, this is the Fool. So, and the Fool, at the bottom talks about new beginnings, but it's a card that talks about, taking a leap of faith. You can't embark on a journey without taking that first step. If you stay stuck and you do not take a step forward, you'll never have that new beginning that they have waiting for you. So you have to take that leap of faith. You have to take that first step. You have to embark on the journey. Because those of you in the situation, you have a great adventure awaiting you. For some of you, it's the love of a lifetime. For some, it could be career. They're saying for some, it's going to result in family changes, things that you've desired. But these are family, money, job, career, most love. But it's all hinging on making this all-important decision to make a step forward. Take the leap of faith. Trust. They're nudging you forward. They're saying you've had so many obnoxious signs. It's quite obvious it's time for you to take that step. But you just need to have the courage, which is funny. You have to have the courage to do that. Oftentimes we are afraid of change because we just are. Even though, we may have a lot of signs that, okay, this is meant for me. This is going to bring me my happiness. Oh my gosh, this is going to bring me 6 digits. This is going to bring me the love of the lifetime. This is going to bring me the family I've always desired. We can have obnoxious signs that this is where I'm meant to be. This is the step I am supposed to be taking. This is the person that's meant for me, the career that's meant for me. But because we're fearful, because we naturally tend to push against change, we keep ourselves stuck in an unhappy, dark place because we want to play it safe. We're afraid. We're worried. But they're saying, have no doubt, you are being propelled forward on a positive, exciting adventure journey. This is a life-changing decision. This is a major arcana. This isn't small stuff. This is big stuff, but this is what's going to turn your life around. So for those of you in this decision that you've been trying to make, it's huge. It is life-changing. You need to do that. You need to take that step. And a lot of you have had to clear a lot of things away. You've had to let people go, relationships go, things career-wise go. You've had to make a lot of changes in your life to prepare yourself to take that step. And they are congratulating you on that. Well done. You have to let the old go in order to bring the new in. So you're there. The old's behind you. it's time to step forward with the new. Because those new things that they're trying to lead you toward are the very things that you've been praying for and desiring. Door to value. Now, if you look at this is, it's funny because this card talks about new beginnings as well. If you look up the meaning of this card, it talks about new beginnings, typically in finances and career, because you can see there's money and coins all flowing out of that door. But you know, value is not just money. It's not coins. Typically, the things that mean most to us are things that deal with heart, our heart, love. You can't take money with you on the other side. And oftentimes people that are extremely wealthy, they're still not happy. And you can find someone that's dirt poor and barely able to meet their bills, but they're so happy because they're sharing their life with the love of their lifetime, because they have the children they desire, they have the family, they have the home life that they desire. It's not all about money. Money is not what makes our heart sing. So I'm getting for most of you, this is actually related to love, relationships. But taking that step forward, everything that you desire, because they're saying for some of you, money has been intertwined with finances with someone from the past. So there's concerns about leaving. They're saying for some of you, leaving someone in the past is tied somehow financially. And you're fearful that if, okay, you finally cut these ties, let that person go, move forward, what's going to happen financially? They're saying to not worry. Money's actually going to be better for you. They're giving me an image of like turning on a faucet. Like a money tree, money raining down. You think you're in a good situation financially now, it's going to be exponentially better. But you're going to have to trust and take that leap of faith first. Because the biggest thing, we're always told to have faith, to trust, to have faith. I've noticed personally with clients, friends, and family, they're not going to hand us all those things. You know, God's not going to just say, okay, here you go. You get this amazing gift. Now will you take the leap of faith? That's not how it works. We must first say, okay, I surrender. I see that this is where you're sending me. I see maybe you want me to take this career change. Okay, I will do that. I will have faith in that. Or I'm supposed to leave this person behind, all this financial inflow that I have with this person, because I can tell you're guiding me to someone else, something better. So I will take that leap. But it's when we trust and we let go and we take the leap of faith and we move forward that God dumps blessings on us, because it's testing our faith. God's not going to hand it to us if we don't take that leap of faith first. So trust, take that step through that door, because everything you value, everything you desire is on the other side as soon as you just start taking some steps forward. Now, for most of you, you know that they were saying it's tied to love. It is tied to love. This card that we have here is you are lovable. And at the bottom it says, love who you are as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So for some of you, you know, perhaps you've, had a bad relationship with someone who's really torn you down in the past, that's made you feel unworthy. Maybe they've used you for money. They could have used you for other things. They could have cheated, lied, deceived you, but they made you feel that you weren't worthy. Made you feel so that you were not good enough. But that's not true. You are so worthy. You are so lovable. You are so amazing. They're saying for a number of you, they're trying to get you to take a step forward, because it's funny how these are all intertwined. So some of you, these may all three be applicable to, actually they are saying for some of you, all three situations are applicable to you. But look how beautiful it's going to be, because you have a divine love of a lifetime waiting for you. You just have to remember that you are worthy of that. You are amazing. And they're saying for some of you, be true to who you are. Because they're saying for some of you, you've put on like a false mask. So say you were with someone in the past that, made you feel you weren't worthy, and you had to play a role to fit what they, desired in a partner, or what they thought you should be. So you don't allow yourself to be you, because deep down you think that you're not good enough. Allow yourself to be you, because you are more than good enough. And if you allow yourself to truly be you, you will find that the divine love partner they're sending you to is just like you. There's nothing to hide. You can be an open book. And they're also saying, open yourself up to love. It's there. You just need to open up to it. Now, let's do power. And we'll get a couple quick clarifiers on that. Okay. So, Lenormands. Situation 2, power. The first card that we have. Now, Lenormands, they actually play off of each other. Past person, okay. So they kind of play off of each other, like what cards beside them. They sometimes past, present, future. The first card that you have is the bear. And the bear, this talks about someone that's an authoritative figure, someone has control over you. Sometimes this can be business, sometimes it can be love, but it's someone who is forceful, very controlling, and having their way. Come hell or high water, they will get their way, and you will do things the way that they want. They're saying it's a person with an iron fist. You have to do their bidding or else. So for some of you, you've had someone in your life who has been very controlling of you. And you have been trying to break free of that. This is the card of the Mountain. But it's become very daunting, overwhelming. It's something you fear that you cannot overcome. You cannot break yourself free of them because they have too much control over you. A lot of you, it's because they have control over your finances. And for some, it's tied to your heart because you have been, the last card is dog, which talks about being faithful, loyal, faithful friend, faithful lover. But you have been loyal to this person, falsely loyal to them. Like if you look, the dog's by himself. So the dog's been loyal to someone that they loved, they cared for. So for some of you, this was a romantic partner that you've been loyal and faithful to. They've not been loyal and faithful to you. And you've seen that time and time again. You have been trying to free yourself of them, but they are very controlling of you. They keep you stuck. For some, they keep you stuck with cruel words. For some of you, they keep you stuck with finances, but they purposefully keep you stuck because you are benefiting them. But you are going to step back into your power. And it's time that you step back into your power because you are going to overcome this. You are going to free yourself from them, but you have to make that decision and come back into, first and foremost, being loyal to yourself. And making that decision, it's not a mountain that you have to overcome. It's going to, they're saying for most of you, as soon as you make that decision, it will go very quickly and smoothly. It's just making the decision. You have to make a decision. There's a card, so like adjacent possibilities, there's a card in the deck that's indecision. Indecision's like not having the clarity to make a decision. They're saying you have the clarity. You know this person is not good for you. You just have to make the decision and leave. Take that step to move away, to let go of them, to walk away from that person, the situation. Become loyal. It's time. That's why this card comes in. Okay. At the bottom of this deck, there's a card, Stand Your Ground. In the beginning, they were having me flip these decks over. And they were saying that this card's applicable to this row. It is time to stand your ground with this person. Stand up for yourself. Be loyal to yourself. And for a large number of you, you are going to be led to a divine love partner who will be loyal in return and love you in return. But the first step is to stand your ground, free yourself of this person. 7 is a number talking about the path that you're meant to be on. So for some of you, this was a lesson that you were meant to learn. And it's kind of weird because sometimes we'll learn things when it comes to like love and unconditional love because we may be with someone who's very selfish, lying, deceitful, they treat us poorly. And you could say, how in the world is that a lesson about love? But what that teaches us is what unconditional love is not. It teaches us what we don't want. Because oftentimes we're in relationships where they're conditional. Like if you pay for my lifestyle, if you buy me the things that I want, if you take me to dinner where I want, or if you do these crazy, sexual things in the bedroom for me, if you do these things for me, on these conditions, I will love you. But you're being guided to an unconditional love, where someone will love you no matter what. You don't have to finance them. You don't have to take care of them because they're powerful in their own right. But they're going to love you no matter what. It's not based off of what you do for them, how you serve them, how you benefit them. They're just going to love you. There's a country song, She Loves Me Like Jesus Does, or Loves Me Like Jesus Does, but it's a song that talks about unconditional love. That's the type of love you want. So when you go through this situation, you can be thankful that thank you for teaching me the things that I do not desire, that I do not want, that I do not deserve. Because it's ultimately leading you onto a path of unconditional love and to these things that you desire. But for those of you, your first step is to stand your ground and walk away from that person. Okay. And down here for some extra clarification. So for some of you, the first card that you have is the Tree. And this is talking about a firm foundation, secure future, family tree, seeds well planted. Sometimes this talks about communication because you'll have the birds in there. But roots, deeply rooted. If you look at it, it could be representing the tree of life, giving birth to new beginnings. The next card that we have is the Letter, which is 27. See, I thought the dogs were going to sleep the whole time. Now they're waking up on us. That means we need to wrap this up. We need to get this done before they're full speed ahead. But we have the letter. And the letter, it's, you know, it's a message, it's information, it's communications, correspondence. And then we have the man. And if you look, he's sitting here and he's waiting for his love. He's holding a red rose representing love. So, sorry, the dogs, they would only sleep for so long. Okay, so from a large number of you, this is love related. You have planted the seeds. They have taken root. It is a divine love. It is an eternal love. For some of you, it is going to lead to family. It's going to lead to those things that you desire. And family, that can be having children with a person. That may just be marrying that person that you have this eternal divine connection with. But the seeds are well planted. But current time, there needs to be some communications. So they're saying for some of you, you're a man. You have a woman. And we're just going to go with what the card is. So you have a man. So for some of you, we're just going to go because it's got a man in the card. So they're trying to remind you that you are lovable. You've had a lover in the past. She hurt you, deceived, lied, used you. You've had to let her go. You've had to do a lot of healing in your heart. You're ready to move forward. You have, they're saying for some of you, you have a new love interest, a new partner. You have planted the seeds with that person, but it hasn't flourished. It hasn't grown. It hasn't gone anywhere. For some of you, it's actually stalled and ended, they're saying. But that is your new beginning. That person, she is your door to value, your door to your future, but you're going to have to communicate with her. And for some of you, they're saying you actually have to communicate first with yourself and allow yourself to feel those emotions and accept those emotions and then communicate them with her so that you can move forward, because it is founded on love. And they're saying for some of you, you do have to completely let the past go. For some of you, letting that past go is remembering that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of this. Don't believe those things that you have been fed in the past that are not true. You're amazing. It's time to remember that. Because they have someone ready for you who knows just how amazing you are. So, hopefully that helps, filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings. I hope that you can make these decisions, embark on these steps forward. I wish you all the very best.